been a long time.
That's been a while. Nah, I'm alright. Not really. My knee hurts. I'm a basic guy.
Right there. Stuff I don't even like to touch the non-organic ones.
Continuation of
Bending your knee, that's great. $100 on Amazon. How was that thing $800? So just drop that shit on the floor. Put it to the side.
I don't know, man.
Don't worry, you can't get comfortable on that thing.
Typically, you're going to notice across the front of that knee, you're going to get this like you'll feel like a tight sort of a band-like feeling here is pretty typical. And usually you'll notice your skin here will feel pretty good, but usually numb over here.
Yeah.
Like a numb spot. Maybe even down even into here a little bit of numbness. Like I know from this cut, the skin nerve comes down. And from this cut, you get this weird numb spot that will get smaller and smaller. Those skin nerves will heal and reinnervate. It will get smaller and smaller each month. And it can take literally about 18 months for that to completely come. Yeah, it does. It's weird like that, but it'll come back.
So that's things I feel like. I was wondering about that black.
Yeah, that's what you need to get. This lumpiness that you feel here, what these are the stitches underneath your skin, okay? That lump you feel here, here, here. Those lumps are basically, when we do this surgery, we basically lift the hamstrings up off the bone, drill your tunnel to put the new graft through. When we sew those down, those stitches basically take about 3.5 to 4 months to dissolve. Okay. And so as those stitches dissolve, that lumpiness will go away. Now, if you want to get in there and start massaging and rubbing that a little bit with some like a vitamin E cream or some cocoa butter, that'll help break that down faster. If you do nothing, it'll still go away. It just takes a few months. This portal, usually that lump you feel right there, whereas this one is not usually as much. This is where the telescope goes in. So this guy gets poked a couple times. This guy gets poked like 20, 30 times for all the tools coming in. So this one, behind your tendon here, the way this works is that lump over the next month and a half to 2 months is going to basically that tissue is going to start to reabsorb and it will go away. That lump will go away. Yeah. But what's going to happen to you is you're going to notice your knee's going to start making a lot of noises. It's going to start popping and clicking and cracking. So you're going to notice like your knees loosening up, that tight feeling in here is going to start coming away. You're going to start feeling like a little bit of a click, click, snap, crackle, pop.
So that's normal.
Very normal. Big brace, basically at this point, you're ready to get out of the big brace and we'll get you into a little ACL brace. You'll feel much happier with that when you're around the house, taking it easy in a protected environment without kids, dogs, anybody jumping at you. You can be brace free. Okay, so anything you can be brace free. When you're out and about, if you're going to be in a crowd or doing on uneven grounds, we'll want to have you in a little ACL brace. So we'll get you. What are you taking for pain?
I'm in no pain.
Now you may notice as this is healing, you go through a phase here, like where you feel like if you're say you're sitting for a period of time, you may notice you get some tightness in here. It feels like a fullness kind of feeling. You may notice even like up in the back of your knee, once this starts to really loosen up and you start bending way better, you may notice you get a little bit of a crampy, Charlie horse kind of feeling up in the back of your knee. Very typical kind of stuff. Like I said, a little bit of numbness in your skin here, a little bit of clicking and cracking out of that. As far as night pain, you have much night pain? So you're sleeping okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Good for you. That's good. So you're actually you're not in a lazy boy. You're in bed.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, you're ahead of the program there. Usually they're rolling at night for about 3 months. Anytime your foot pivots, it tends to sometimes some folks get pain with it, and if you're not having that, that's super. I used to still your frame with another step. I mean, you're doing great. Your knee looks great. The amount of swelling you have in your knee is minimal. I mean, you're looking good. You're ahead of the program.
Yeah.
So.
Still lots of stress, but a lot smaller though.
It's almost cute.
I call it cute.
Almost. I said almost.
We'll try this one. We'll see how it feels when you're up and about. I usually do the one above and below the knee behind it first, but there are numbers on there that you can like track. They're somewhere on there. Let me know if I pinch you at all.
That's a whole lot of
Whole lot of everything going on. They're not as robot looking.
Yeah.
Which is nice. This is, yeah, last time I came and met you. How's that feel? You can take it for a walk. See if it's too tight.
It's mobility. Maybe there's something wrong.
Oh, it feels different altogether because it's
Yeah.
not so big.
It's not as heavy either, obviously.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's fine.
Does it feel like those pads are digging into you on either side?
Mm-hmm. Like these pads?
Yeah.
Is it because you have your pants on?
I mean, I'm gonna be wearing it like I'm gonna have the brace on over my.
No, I know, but
No,
you're not
no,
gonna
for
wear it
anything.
like that in the house. Okay. I'm just checking.
Yeah, it feels fine.
So just in case, I'll show you. So with these tops and bottoms, you can like bend them out to make it fit to your thigh more. So I usually just turn it upside down and kind of put it on a table and bend it like that.
Oh.
Same with this, so you
Oh,
can
it's
push them
one
in. Yeah. So you can push them in or out depending on what you need.
Okay.
And then actually, this is your box.
Ooh, you get a
So
box.
I'm not saying I get a box too.
Alright.
Shit.
Yeah, how about it? And then it does come with some extra cushion pads for right inside your knee there.
Okay.
And if you ever put you on restrictions, it's just how that locked out. There's little pieces in here that'll
I
lock
like
it
it.
out.
Oh shit.
Pretty
Innovative.
snazzy brace.
Yeah.
The
Innovative.
luxury of it all. I'm wondering what the co-payment is.
Shit.
Well, you won't pay that today.
Right, exactly.
Shit. Well,
Nice.
damn. I didn't think it would be like that. Turn up a bit.
What number is it on? 80?
80.
8%. I've been doing 60 for 4. You have one more set in ya? Of 15?
I'll try.
Okay. Just go as many as you can do.
Oh, sure.
Yep, go ahead.
Yep, and you can use that left hand, you can push them and let it stretch as you feel, so it doesn't get clumpy. Right, and then it'll just.
Shift it to the right just a little bit.
Yep, so that's the first exercise, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Did you get footsteps already? You looking?
Now, I will tell you when you're coming down, don't be so far forward with your weight. So kind of shift your bum back a little bit. Like this. So if you're coming down, you're going all like this. Try and restrict, sit more back.
Okay, this street you go.
There, there.
Towards this car, so
Yep.
everybody goes, and then all the cars go, then, so
Is it harder?
it's very, super organized, because.
That's even hard, even if you're not injured.
Right, so if you go north, it looks like.
Yeah, take your time. Don't walk just yet. Just kind of, because it's fatigue. Yeah.
Really? I'm noticing the landscape without all the forest, all the leaves. So I like this too, to see this. And my ears are like, I have to keep swallowing. Like when you're in the airplane, you know you're up in the mountains. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Curly Gray in Luxury. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you to all the new followers that I've gotten so far. Thank you to all my day ones. So today is an update on my son's injury journey. I hope you guys have seen the videos that I have out so far about his injuries. So yesterday was it's been a month so far, and unfortunately I didn't do enough one-on-one with you guys with what's going on. I never got around to have him explain his injuries. So the clip before this is his one month visit to see his doctor. He's been doing PT, but he hasn't seen the doctor. He went once to get his stitches out, but this is the first time him seeing a doctor after the surgery. So you guys this is gonna be a clip, the clip before this, or maybe a couple clips before this intro that I'm doing right now. So you'll get a little idea of his progress so far. He has come a very, very long way for such a very short time, because like I said, yesterday made a month from the day he had surgery. So I'm gonna have him come and explain now what his injuries were, which you already know. He tore his meniscus and his ACL, something like that. Again, he'll explain it better to you guys, and you guys get to see how it has healed on the outside. It's still healing on the inside, but it's healed on the outside pretty much, and he's in no pain, and which is a blessing. I'm getting ready to go back home soon, so this is why I had to hurry up and get this footage done for him to explain his progress and for him to explain what really happened to him, because I have not done that. So you guys are gonna get that in this video. All right. And I also hope that you guys have been watching the other videos that I've produced. I don't know what number video this is gonna be, but again, I had to break these videos up because it would be too long. So it would be ridiculous to make it over an hour with what's going on. It's most likely over an hour. So I hope you guys have seen the other videos. If not, I'm gonna link it up here so you guys are able to go back and see pretty much from the beginning, sort of, to the kind of the end. Not the end, but because I'm not gonna be here for the end, because he has to continue to work, and work meaning he has to continue. He's gonna be going to PT, and he has to do exercises at home. So yeah. So he pretty much just asked, what are we talking about? Yeah, I had to tell him we got to go way back to the beginning, because I never had the opportunity. I never asked him to explain what really happened. So you got the mic.
Okay, so as you guys seen in the previous video, I was in a metal locking brace.
No, we got to go before that.
Before that?
How did you get injured?
Well, it was a mixture of things. It was, so originally I was playing basketball back at home, and then
Back at home meaning New York City.
And I was going off for a rebound, and I remember landing awkwardly on my right leg, obviously. And I landed, and I was in massive pain instantly. I was in the fetal position, holding my knee. You know, all the boys are surrounding me, asking me if I'm good. I just stayed on the ground for at least a minute, just holding my knee. Finally was able to get up. They took me to a bench, and I couldn't walk. I remember I had to get carried out of the park, and had to get an Uber home, and
What park was that?
Brooklyn Bridge Park. And went home, you know, obviously told my parents, and we took a trip to the ER.
I don't remember. We went the same day. I don't remember if we
I think the next day.
did. Okay.
Took a trip to the ER, and you know, got X-rays done, no MRI, and they told us it was a sprain. It was a grade 2 knee sprain. Gave me a brace to put on for a couple weeks with a cane. Did that, and then I went back home to my other home, back at school, and continued wearing the brace. And over time, I was able to put weight back on the knee. But the odd part was I was unable to bend my knee completely. So there were times where I couldn't bend my knee all the way.
So when did that happen? So when you got back to school, you were able to walk, but there are times you weren't able to bend your knee. That's what you're saying?
Right, like especially going back to work, right? Because I'm constantly on my feet. I have to bend down and stuff. There was a time I wasn't able to bend on my knee all the
Oh,
way.
that's right. You were still in school at the time.
Right. So going back to work, you know, when I have to like bend down to take care of an animal or something, I'd use the other knee. So I use my left knee to bend down or put weight on instead of my right knee.
So let me ask you a question. What year was that? So that if you were still in school, that was 20. Was that 20?
That was like
2020.
21. That was going into the fall.
It was
That
2021.
was that summer going into the fall.
Okay, and now we're in 2023.
Right.
Okay.
But over time, I was able to bend my knee and go back to what I was doing before. I was playing ball again.
Oh, you were.
Oh yeah, I was doing stuff.
Were you in any kind of pain around that time? When you
Not
were able to
really.
Bend your knees?
Not really.
Bend your knee?
I was able to bend my knee. Every now and then, my knee will buckle.
But you were no pain?
It would hurt when I buckle a little bit, but it hurt for a little bit, then it would go away.
Or do you think you just became immune to the pain? Which is it?
No, I wasn't being immune.
Okay.
I'm saying that when my knee would buckle, I would be in pain, but won't be pain to where I couldn't put weight on it.
You got it, okay.
So every now and then it will buckle, and then I went to go see. I was talking to one of the doctors I work with. He's a chiropractor for animals and humans, and he was like, he can work on my knee for a little bit to help gain some strength back, and that's what I did, and my knee felt great. Like, my knee felt fine. Like I was able to. I didn't feel no pain, and the buckling kind of simmered down for a little bit. Fast forward to early February of this year, I was out with the boys. We was having like a little boys' night, going out.
This
for a
year
little
meaning 2023. Correct?
bit. Yeah, I'm sure they know that.
I don't know what they know. Go ahead.
And I was out with the boys, and we were having a great time. You know, I was hanging with some friends I haven't seen in a while, and I was just simply going down some stairs at one of the bars, and my knee just decided to give out. I buckled really, really bad. Really, really bad. Almost fell down the stairs, but I was able to catch myself on the railing. Got down the stairs, and there was another case of I couldn't walk. I could not put any weight on my leg. And it was the same thing. I got carried out the bar, got placed in the Uber, same ordeal all over again. Went to the ER the next morning, and they took x-rays again and said, hey, this is probably an MCL sprain. I was like, I don't think this is a sprain because I've heard that before. So they put me in touch with the specialist. Went to the specialist. He felt my knee out and stated that he didn't feel an ACL in there. Let's get an MRI.
So they could feel an ACL?
Yeah, I'm sure there's tests that they can do to tell. You know, your knee moves a certain way when you have your ACL and when you don't. And there's a name for the test. I don't know what it's called, but got an MRI done. He told me about the results, and pretty much he was like, yeah, you tore your ACL. You don't have an ACL. It's been torn. It seems like it's been gone for a while. Based on MRI, I guess there's bone bruising and other factors that show that the tear was not new. And he asked me, is there anything that happened previously? And I told him about the basketball situation. And he said that, yeah, I think that you tore your ACL and meniscus, by the way, back then a year ago when you were playing basketball. And you've been compensating without an ACL this entire time. Now, at the time, I didn't believe him because I didn't think you can walk and run on a torn ACL, but apparently you can. And some people are better than others. Some people, they can't, the body just won't compensate, and some people, the body just compensates and figures out a way to function without an ACL. So that's what happened with me. And he told me, obviously, the only way to fix this is surgery. It's not urgent, but I'd recommend you do it as soon as you can because you're young. Get it done because down the road, you're going to run into other issues. So obviously I got it done, and that's where we are right now.
Right. So now we're going to talk about the surgery. Okay? We're going to talk about the surgery now. What they did.
Oh, is he recording?
Yes, I'm recording.
Oh, okay. Okay, so pretty much they did a ACL reconstruction surgery along with pretty much they didn't fix my meniscus, but they kind of shaved down. I had a bucket tear on my meniscus, and they like shaved it down to where it can be leveled out, from my understanding. And it's pretty much, it's an orthoscopic surgery, so they use a camera and they're consistently flushing while the scope was in my knee, and they do what they got to do. They shave off any what's it called? They shave off any like scar tissue from the meniscus tear. They take a graft from my hamstring tendon, and they use that as my new ACL. Drill a hole in my tibia and my femur.
All right, hold on a second. Let me.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain some of the 3 incisions here.
Show the incision.
So they healed pretty well, but really well. Yeah. So you have an incision here, one here on the left part of my knee, and then the right part on the side here. This one's kind of hard to see.
Right.
This incision here is where he got the graft from my hamstring tendon, and the graft is what they use as my new ACL.
So where's your hamstring located?
So I mean, well, your hamstring, is just part of this right here.
Right.
And according to him, they came in through this way and somehow got to the back and grabbed a piece of the tendon back here. Don't really understand how that happened, but whatever. I'm not a doctor. And again, that graft is what they use as my new ACL, because you have your ACL is diagonal this way, or this way. One of the ways is diagonal, right? And crisscrosses with one of the other ligaments.
Do you know the other ligament?
I believe it's called your PCL. I think it's called it's PCL and ACL that crisscross. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. But anyway, on this left part, this incision here, that's where they used a tool to drill, and also, what's it called? Kind of like shave off some of the meniscus that was floating and teared up in there. And according to him, they went in 20 to 30 times on this side, in and out with whatever tool they were using. And on the right side of my knee is where they came in with the camera. So they came in with the camera this way to see everything, and then they came in the opposite way with the tool to do what they had to do, to drill and all that stuff.
Did he drill into your femur?
I would think so. I would think if you had to drill into my femur or my, obviously my tibia.
Because what's in your? You have a little small plate. I don't know if you call it a plate, but a small.
Yes.
What do you call that gadget?
Yeah. So kind of like this thing
really
here. You can't really see it anymore,
right.
But there's supposedly a small metal plate here that's holding the graft on one end of my leg to the other. Because like I said, they use suture to pull the graft through and then tie it up to leave it in there so that it can heal and everything grows around it.
And not to cut you, I'm gonna try my best to show some of the image that we have of them pulling the suture through. I'm gonna look for the footage and give you guys a little idea what that looks like. And what else do you have? You have screws in there too?
Yeah, there's screws in here. I don't remember where exactly it is,
I
but
don't think you know that though. So
they kind of briefly explained it, but it was not.
so there's what's gonna dissolve over time. Something is gonna
I
dissolve.
think
over
everything's
time.
going to dissolve over time. Everything is
Not the little mini plate though.
right. Not the mini plate, but it's gonna. My body's gonna grow around it.
Grow around it, and I think something is gonna. I think the screws are
The
gonna
screw
dissolve.
is gonna dissolve,
over
and
time.
and the sutures as well.
And the sutures, right? So right now, what you're looking at, the biggest incision, which is here, that's if you touch it right now, it's lumpy, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's so he explained in the I'll have you guys listen to some of the conversation from yesterday. He has stitches on the inside, and that's the stitches on the inside doesn't dissolve within, I think it takes 6 months.
Yeah, something like that.
So like I've said in the intro, he's healed on the outside, but he's not healed on the inside. So he still has to be very careful in what he does and how he does it. So now he has a new brace.